to continue to break the law is idiocy. It's just too much. He said God has blessed illegal immigrants. Number 3, I couldn't imagine enforcing our current immigration law. That is not the kind of values we believe in. Okay, Mr. Kasich, if you think the values that we believe in are not enforcing our current immigration laws, then why are these laws on the books? Why have they even made these laws? Why do we even have any laws at all? Let's get rid of all the laws. Let's throw everything out because everybody can do whatever they want. We've got to have these laws. These laws are important. Every country in the entire world has immigration laws. And their laws are in place to keep their people safe. You can't have people walking in and out of a country. Just walk in unannounced. Would you like that people to do that in your home? Just walk into your home, look around, see if they want something, and walk back out? No. And we don't do that to countries either. To sovereign nations. We don't do that. Okay. Kasich likened deporting the illegal population to the Japanese internment camps. Okay, Mr. Kasich. Okay. The Japanese internment camps. Japanese were legally here in America, and our government decided that during World War II, because we were at war with Japan, that we should protect America by putting American Japanese in camps and controlling that population. Very scary that our nation did that. However, I'm not going to go back over that. I'm not going to revise. I'm not going to get into all that mess. Okay? However, the Japanese were here in America legally. Mr. Kasich, there are immigrants in this country that broke federal law that would send anybody to jail, and you say that that's the same as throwing Japanese Americans in internment camps? But no, send them back to their own country. Send them back to where they're from. Isn't that right, Cruz? Go back to Canada. Had to throw that one out there. Let's see, where did it? Number 4, illegal immigrants are some of the hardest working, God-fearing, family-oriented people you can ever meet. Now that's just pure and unadulterated conjecture. What? Really? Illegal immigrants are the hardest working, God-fearing, family-oriented people you could ever meet. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know where he's coming from this, with this. I don't know who he's polled on this. I don't know who he's looking at on this. And I'm not doubting that they're God-fearing, they're family-oriented, and hard workers. That's absolutely irrelevant. What is relevant is the fact that they broke federal law. They broke the number 1 rule that you don't break. Illegally going into another country to set up shop, make your way, and have at it. Not only that, but then get on the government dole, start taking in welfare and food stamps, and Obamacare and health care and all these things, and you never paid a dime. You never paid a dime to that country. So you're literally a leech. You're leeching off another system. You're a parasite entering into a host and sucking the blood out of the host. You're a parasite. Like a tapeworm. And I'm serious, folks. Personal responsibility has to go into play here. If I lived in Mexico, God forbid, I would do everything in my power to get to America. There's no question about it. But I would not break federal law and believe that I had the right to take their money. I had the right to break a federal law, jump the border, go into another country, and demand that they pay my health care, they pay my food, they pay everything. You pay me now. How dare you come into another country and do that? That's parasitic, without a doubt. And it makes me so angry. Number 5, Kasich said, allowing ICE officers to do their job is not humane. Okay. So telling ICE officers, don't do your job, let people walk in and out of the border freely, to let that happen, that would be more humane. To let people come and go as they please. Let me tell you something right now, folks. The fact that we don't have massive border security between America and Mexico is causing deaths of children, women, and men attempting to cross the desert. Look into it. I am not joking. The crossing from Mexico into America is a treacherous hike by any stretch of the imagination. And to tell these people in Mexico, say you're a mother and you have 2 or 3 children, and you're going to America and you're going to make your money, and you've been told that the grass is greener on the other side, and you're going to go get yours. Well, you don't just pack up and walk out and say, hey, I'm going to America. You usually hire a coyote. You hire a guide to navigate the best and fastest way there. In the desert, the majority of these women and children are raped and murdered, or just raped and left for dead. The families have paid thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars, whatever they could put together, to these guides, these coyotes, to then take their family members across the border. The kids are raped and murdered, the mothers are raped and murdered, and the men are raped and murdered. It's just an absolute horrible and despicable thing that's going on our border. It's fact. It's proven fact. And it's because our borders are so porous. It's because the liberal minds and the Democrats are like, well, we need to set up shower houses and rest stations along the way. And so we need to put up signs to help them navigate to get here in a more safe and orderly fashion. No, we need to enforce the laws and shut the border down. There's an easy way to get to America. It's called take the road. Take a bus to the border on the road, get to the border and apply. Apply to become a citizen. Apply to come into America. What do you have to hide if you're not going to apply and show who you are to come into America? Obviously, you've got something to hide. Obviously, you're doing something nefarious. There's no other reason why. Okay, enough about that. 7, Kasich has called for implementing an open border-style policy where workers can come and go as they please. Oh, the utopia of it all. Illegal immigrants should be allowed to stay because they're here. Okay, Kasich, I think you picked that one up off of Poltergeist, the movie back in the 80s. Number 9, America shouldn't address ending birthright citizenship because it's dividing people. Okay, so if there's a topic that is dividing the American people, we should stop talking about it because it's dividing the American people. That has to be about the dumbest thing I've ever heard anyone ever say. Wow, Kasich, you are a genius. And number 10, Kasich would enact amnesty within his first 100 days. Yes, that's true. His first 100 days, he is going to enact amnesty. Well, it doesn't matter, folks. Kasich doesn't have a prayer whatsoever. He doesn't have a snowball chance in hell, if you will, to win any other state, to get anything else. It's soaking up space is what it is, and he needs to move on and move out. That's just it. And barring any disasters, Trump will win the nomination by the end of May, because he only needs 7 of the next 11 winner-take-all states, and he'll wrap that up. I mean, that's it. That's absolutely it. There's nothing else. There's nothing else whatsoever. So, folks, I'm here on Facebook, and I'm watching some of our folks. We got a group that we're a part of called Tea Party 3 Percenters, and they've just posted an incredible news article. It's a local News 8 article where, out of Los Angeles, it says, police find 12 white female bodies in garage freezer tagged with Black Lives Matter. Wow. Yeah, we're going to get to it, folks. It is absolute pandemonium. It's absolute insanity what is going on with this Black Lives Matter crew, this terrorist organization that is funded by George Soros. George Soros himself is an absolutely horrible man that likes to fund these things. He funded, Occupy Wall Street, funding Hillary Clinton, funding Black Lives Matter, funding all these just really bad organizations to create chaos and wreak havoc. So what happened just the other day, there was a Trump rally in Arizona, and at that Trump rally, there's a freeway on the way to that Trump rally, and on the way to that Trump rally, protesters started to take to the freeway, and they blocked off whichever way that freeway was headed to the Trump event. They blocked off that freeway with a couple of vehicles, held up signs, and started chanting and marching around their cars and this and that. Kind of something similar to what happened in Chicago, and now it's happening in Arizona, where he's given his speech, and then obviously Arizona votes on Tuesday. And as it stands right now, the polls are Trump literally has Arizona. There's going to be Arizona, California, New York, some of the really big states coming up that Trump is going to win. And Black Lives Matter, these terrorist groups, George Soros, these really bad people that know that if Trump comes into power, they know their gravy train is over with. You heard Judge Janine when we played that sound clip at the very beginning of the show. She said, and I'm saying the exact same thing. I support everything she said in that monologue, that the left and the right, both of them, are petrified of Donald Trump. They're absolutely petrified. What organization, what political party would organize against the front runner that their party members, us Republicans, that we're choosing? They're voting for Trump in droves. There's some states you can vote Republican as a Democrat, Independent, or Republican. Ohio is one of them. In the state of Ohio, you can vote in the Republican primary regardless of your political affiliation. And I honestly believe that a lot of the hardcore leftists came out in droves in Ohio to vote against Trump. But that's my own personal belief. I don't have any fact to back that up. So I'm just telling you, it's just an opinion. Otherwise, Kasich would have more of a following, would have even come close to winning other states. There's no, like he hasn't won anything. He hasn't won anything at all. Okay, that aside. So in Ohio, you can vote at any party level. Doesn't matter whatsoever in Ohio. Some of these states you can do that, and these states where you can do that in, Trump has won, except for Ohio. Trump is winning the left, the middle, the independent, and certainly the Republican Party. And after last week, with the Chicago riot and Ted Cruz, and we played that sound clip on last week's show, Ted Cruz coming out and Rubio coming out blasting Trump, literally saying that Trump is causing these riots. Cruz.